Now I'd like to take a sharp turn into the automotive industry. A few months ago, the EU agreed to prohibit the sale of cars with internal combustion engines by 2035. This is a huge win for e-mobility, but there are still some real concerns. One concern that stood out from all the rest, the battery. How are we going to keep up with demand? As the Volkswagen CFO put it, the most challenging topic will be ramping up the battery supply chain. Northvolt is a battery manufacturer that's challenging the standards and established supply chain, and they're here today to share their story. Please help me welcome Henrik Rodelius from Northvolt. Great to see you. Thank you, Henrik. Thank you for joining us today. Tell us a little bit about Northvolt.
At Northvolt, we want to make oil history and ensure that the future of energy is fossil-free, ecologically friendly, and fully circular. Our mission is to create the world's greenest battery and battery systems with strong customer focus and demonstrate that battery production can be done responsibly without compromises. To accomplish this, we assess every step of the battery production, from the sourcing of raw materials, to the recycling, to the energy that keeps the light on at our factories. We see battery production as a circular process, driven by environmental and industrial logic. And we aim for our circularity model to become the gold standard for all factories.
Thank you so much, Henrik. I applaud Northvolt's mission to make the world's greenest battery. Can you tell us how TEST aligns to that mission?
Yes, of course, Rita. Being a leader of validation and simulation for Northvolt's battery systems, two of my key performance indicators are quality and performance. Our minimum expectation of a battery system is that it will operate safely and it will fail safely, because no one wants to be on the wrong side of a recall. This leads to a situation where we test and validate for uncompromised quality and safety. However, due to our mission, we must go beyond that and look deeper into how our battery systems performs using cutting-edge data-driven technologies about how we create and test our battery systems to be sustainable, to use less resources and minimize the environmental footprint, traceable from first to last step in the life cycle, and recyclable, so we make our batteries valuable again, further reducing the environmental footprint and cost.
Thank you, Henrik. You mentioned that data-driven technologies help you ensure your batteries meet these attributes. Can you share more about how this impacts the way that you do tests?
Sure. Let's start with how we create batteries, where we have two main scenarios. Batteries can be made from new or recycled raw materials, which puts us in a situation where we need flawless traceability. We track what went into the battery cell, where it comes from, and how the cell was made. This gives us the benefit to quickly review root causes if deviations are found. This data also gives us a unique insight to also understand the impact on the ecosystems. The second scenario comes from the speed of testing we need to achieve sustainable scale, because we are continuously looking for ways to improve test requirements, and we need the speed to respond and resolve. Testing batteries and battery systems are already extremely challenging. To do it at scale and to Northvolt standard would be near impossible without accurate test data.
Near impossible sounds about right, Henrik. How do you use test and test data to contribute to Northvolt's grand vision and make that into a competitive advantage?
Good question. First, we need to own our test strategy. We are challenging established supply chain, and we can't do it effectively if we are tied up to third parties. Owning our test strategy enables us to quickly implement the features we need. Therefore, we want to make sure we invest in the right technology from the start. Then come openness. We can't be held back by technology limitations when we decide what test equipment to use. And we have to make sure we can implement the features to get the data we need and make fact-based decisions based on this data. That openness accelerates the product know-how of our battery systems.
You know, Henrik, we see this becoming more and more important. You want to work with companies that support your goals, not slow you down or restrict you. Can you share more on how Northvolt and NI work together on this?
Sure. We are using NI's battery test solutions and software workflow for 3 reasons. To first, quickly be able to implement new features, letting the engineers change, customize, and adapt the test systems effectively. Secondly, we get the openness to speed up testing by effectively integrating existing assets and proprietary protocols, so we maximize the reusability of our existing equipment. And thirdly, the test data. This data enables our engineering teams to learn more about our battery systems, about its quality and performance, and ways to improve these 2 main key performance indicators. Actually, one of our engineers will present a session later today on how we work together on battery tests.
This is so great to hear, Henrik, and I appreciate you coming here to share the story, and I'm so proud that NI can contribute to Northvolt's mission through system openness and access to data.
Thank you, Rita.
Thank you so much for coming. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.